Imagine for a moment a persistent echo in your spirit, a deep, unsettling feeling that something significant, something truly profound, is just beyond your reach. It's that gnawing sense of anticipation for a life you intuitively know you are meant to live, a future brimming with purpose, peace, and abundance, yet it remains tantalizingly just beyond your grasp, perpetually on the horizon, never quite arriving in your present reality. Have you ever wrestled with that unseen weight, that inexplicable stagnation, a silent, pervasive delay that you simply cannot pinpoint or overcome? It's as if an invisible barrier stands between you and the breakthrough you so desperately desire. A quiet resistance that saps your momentum and leaves you wondering if your efforts are truly making a difference. This isn't just about external circumstances, is it? This is often a deep internal dialogue, a questioning of why the progress feels so slow, why the doors you expect to open remain stubbornly shut. What if, and please, allow this thought to gently settle within you for a moment, what if, without your conscious awareness, you were, in this very moment, inadvertently holding back the magnificent, powerful hand of God from moving decisively and powerfully on your behalf? This is a challenging question, I know, one that many of us instinctively shy away from, but it is one that holds immense liberating potential if we dare to confront it honestly. Truly, take a deep breath and let that thought settle within the quiet places of your heart. Could the most profound blessings you've yearned for, the miraculous breakthroughs you have tirelessly prayed for with every fiber of your being, the urgent, long-awaited answers to your deepest cries and silent petitions, actually be paused? Not because of any divine reluctance, not because the Almighty is slow, uncaring, or indifferent to your plight, but rather because of your own hesitation, your own subtle yet profoundly impactful delay. This is a crucial distinction, often overlooked in our spiritual journeys. We often attribute every delay to God's timing, which is undeniably perfect. But what if sometimes, just sometimes, the timing is not dictated by His will alone, but by our lack of a complete, unreserved surrender? It's a sobering thought, isn't it? The idea that we, through our own actions or inactions, might be inadvertently creating the very delays we lament. We frequently speak about the virtue of waiting on God, do we not? It's a cornerstone of our faith, a beautiful, biblical, and utterly necessary expectation. To wait patiently, to trust His sovereignty, to allow His perfect plan to unfold in His perfect time. These are all vital tenets of a mature faith. But let us reflect, my dear friend. Is there not a critical, often misunderstood distinction between waiting with patient, active faith, a faith that continues to move forward even in uncertainty, and waiting with a passive, almost resigned stagnation? Is there not a profound difference between simply trusting that God will act one day at some undefined future point and actively delivering to Him in this very moment the full control of the how, the when, and the where of your situation? It's much like holding the ignition key to a powerful vehicle firmly in your hand, while simultaneously waiting for someone else to magically start and drive it for you. You have the power, the access, the means, but the actual release of that power remains tethered to your grip. This isn't an accusation by any means, nor is it meant to stir up guilt. This is an invitation to profound introspection, a gentle urging to uncover a powerful, truly liberating truth that has the capacity to redefine your present reality and accelerate your future. This is about examining the subtle ways we might inadvertently hold on, rather than letting go completely. Today, in this sacred space we share, a moment carved out for honest spiritual reflection, we are going to unlock a profound secret, a timeless principle intricately woven into the ancient, living, and dynamic Word of God. It is a command so deceptively simple in its phrasing, yet so utterly radical and transformative in its implication, that it holds the immediate key to unlocking the very next, most glorious chapter of your life. Right here, right now, today, we are about to immerse ourselves in a single, potent, and life-altering verse from Psalm 37:5, a passage that doesn't merely offer comforting words or vague promises. No, this verse powerfully demands a decisive response from you, An immediate spiritual action that, once embraced, can dramatically shift your perspective and your circumstances. It is a divine directive, an urgent, compelling invitation that possesses the inherent miraculous power to utterly transform every facet of your existence, moving you from stagnation to breakthrough, from waiting to receiving. Prepare your heart, prepare your spirit to directly confront the subtle, often insidious, yet immensely potent enemy of waiting. And by waiting, here, I am not referring to the waiting that signifies patient endurance in the face of God's perfect timing. I am speaking of the passive waiting that breeds inertia, that fosters stagnation, that prevents divine momentum from taking hold in your life. The Holy Scripture declares with unwavering clarity that God is not just ready. He is eager, He is ardently poised, His power fully unleashed, His wisdom perfectly aligned to act on your behalf. He desires to move mountains, to open impossible doors, to bring forth revelations, to heal what is broken, to fulfill His promises in your life right now. The only remaining pivotal question, the one that resonates deep within your soul, demanding an honest answer, is this: Are you? Are you truly ready to step boldly out of that often comfortable, yet ultimately limiting space of unintentional delay and into the dynamic, accelerated flow of His immediate, breathtaking work? This is far more than just another message, another sermon, another moment of contemplation. This is an urgent, pressing call to align your present choices, your actions, and your surrender with His eternal, unwavering, and immediate readiness. Let us together explore how the profound, yet simple act of committing your way to the Lord precisely today can decisively cease any lingering, self-imposed delay and unleash the magnificent things He is truly ready to accomplish in your life, starting now. Now let us delve deeper into a phenomenon that subtly, yet profoundly impacts our spiritual journey, a truth that often hides in plain sight, disguised by good intentions and sincere desires. It's what I call the paradox of spiritual procrastination. We've all uttered those powerful words, haven't we? God, I trust You. We say it in moments of crisis, in times of uncertainty, and even in daily affirmations. It rolls off our tongues with such conviction, expressing a genuine belief in His omnipotence and unwavering faithfulness. But here lies the profound question, the one that warrants a moment of quiet, unfiltered honesty. How many of us, after proclaiming that trust, truly deliver? How many of us genuinely surrender every fiber of our being, every plan, every worry, every outcome, into His capable hands? This isn't about mere verbal assent. It's about the deep, sometimes frightening act of letting go of control. You see, there exists a subtle yet truly abyssal difference between simply trusting that God will eventually act someday, at some unspecified point in the future, and actively handing over the reins, the steering wheel, the entire control panel, if you will, of the how and the when of your situation, right here, right now. It's a distinction that often eludes us, yet it is utterly pivotal to unlocking the divine acceleration we spoke of. Consider this analogy. It's akin to sitting in the driver's seat of a powerful car, holding the keys tightly in your hand, perhaps even gripping them so hard your knuckles turn white, while simultaneously waiting, perhaps even praying, for someone else to miraculously start the engine and navigate the journey for you. You believe the car can move, you believe there's a destination, and you even believe the mechanic is highly skilled, but you are still holding the crucial instrument of action. In essence, you are trusting in the potential of the car, but not fully surrendering the operation of it. This, my friend, is where the illusion of control takes root, masquerading as faith. We convince ourselves we are trusting, but in reality, we are merely supervising, offering God our advice, or perhaps worse, offering Him a conditional trust, dependent on Him acting within our prescribed timelines or methods. This illusion of control isn't born out of malice. It often stems from deeply human, understandable places. Why do we cling so tenaciously to the smallest vestiges of control, even when we acknowledge a higher, wiser power at work? Is it the deep-seated fear of the unknown, the terrifying prospect of stepping into a void where our familiar patterns and coping mechanisms no longer apply? Or perhaps it's a subtle, almost imperceptible pride, the quiet whisper that suggests we might just know what's best, or at least that our input is crucial for God to get it right. We map out our lives, our careers, our relationships, our ministries with meticulous detail. Then we hand the map to God, expecting Him to follow our carefully charted course, rather than truly entrusting the entire journey to His divine GPS. Sometimes this clinging can also be a painful legacy of past traumas, experiences where we felt let down, abandoned, or where our own attempts at surrender were met with what appeared to be failure or disappointment. We carry these scars, and they inform our present hesitancy, making us reluctant to fully release control, even to the one who promises to never leave or forsake us. These are not flaws to be condemned, but human vulnerabilities to be understood and gently yet firmly addressed. Consider the countless stories, perhaps even your own, where someone earnestly waited for God to move in a particular situation, a job, a healing, a restoration. But in that waiting, they never truly surrendered the outcome, the method, or the timing. They held a silent expectation, a specific picture in their minds of how God should act. And when God moved in an unexpected way, or the situation didn't resolve according to their blueprint, they felt disheartened, perhaps even questioning His faithfulness. This isn't a lack of desire for God's intervention. It's a struggle with the nature of that intervention. It's the emotional, spiritual, and sometimes even physical cost of holding on when we're meant to let go. Imagine the emotional energy expended in trying to manage divine processes, the sleepless nights spent strategizing solutions that are beyond our human capacity, the constant internal dialogue of doubt and anxiety. This spiritual procrastination, this illusion of control, keeps us cycling through worry, robbing us of the very peace and clarity that active surrender promises. It stalls not just the outward blessings, but the inward spiritual growth that comes from truly resting in Him. This isn't just about God delivering. It's about us creating the space for Him to do so, by releasing our grip on the outcomes we cannot, and should not, control. Now, having honestly confronted the subtle yet powerful paradox of spiritual procrastination, the illusion of control that often masquerades as faith, we are perfectly poised to unlock the divine antidote, the precise instruction that cuts through all hesitation and transforms passive waiting into active, accelerated receiving. We turn our hearts and minds to a single profound verse, Psalm 37:5, a passage that is far more than just a comforting platitude. It is, in essence, God's formula for divine acceleration, a blueprint for moving from stagnation to dynamic progression, but only when understood and applied in its full radical depth. The verse begins with this powerful, pivotal command: commit your way to the Lord. Let us pause here and truly unpack what this means, for the English word commit barely scratches the surface of the original Hebrew. The word used there, galal, carries a much deeper, more visceral meaning. It means to roll upon, to cast, to burden upon. Think of a heavy burden, a massive stone, or an insurmountable weight that you have been carrying on your shoulders, perhaps for far too long. To commit it to the Lord in this biblical sense is to literally roll that entire weight off yourself and onto Him. It is not to merely mention your problems to God in a prayer, or to verbally acknowledge His sovereignty over your struggles, while still gripping the edges of the burden with your own trembling hands. No, it is a complete, irreversible transfer of responsibility and weight. It speaks not just of your problems, your worries, or your immediate challenges, but your way. This encompasses everything, my friend. It means your entire journey, your path, your future, your past, your identity, your dreams, your fears, your ambitions, your relationships, your career, your deepest desires, even the secret thoughts you dare not voice. It is handing over the entire map of your life to the divine cartographer, the one who drew the stars and charted the oceans. It is relinquishing not just the cargo you carry, but the very compass, the rudder, and the navigation system of your existence to Him. This is not about partial surrender, where we offer God a few pieces of our puzzle while holding back the most intricate or painful ones. It's not about bargaining, saying, God, if you do this my way, then I'll commit. It is a full, unreserved, unconditional entrustment of the entirety of who you are and where you are going. This profound act of commitment is where true faith is forged, where you declare, Lord, my hands are open, my grip is released, everything is yours. It's a decision to step out of the driver's seat of your life and invite the Creator of the universe to take the wheel, trusting His perfect vision for the journey ahead. Then the verse continues, building upon this foundational act of commitment. Trust in Him. This isn't a separate secondary instruction. It's the natural, inevitable outcome and the ongoing posture that flows from genuine commitment. If you have truly rolled your way, your entire life, onto the Lord, then the only logical response is to absolutely, unequivocally trust Him to handle it. This is not a passive, blind belief, but an active trust that manifests in a consistent state of release. It is the conscious absence of human interference, strategizing, worrying, or manipulating outcomes after you have made that profound commitment. Many of us say we trust God, but then we immediately pick up the burden again, trying to help God out, or second-guessing His methods. True trust allows God to work unhindered by our anxiety, our doubt, or our constant attempts to regain control. Psychologically, this is where we let go of the need to solve everything ourselves, relinquishing the heavy weight of anxious expectation. It is the peace that comes from truly knowing that the one you have committed your life to is entirely capable, infinitely wise, and boundlessly good. This trust is not a one-time declaration. It is a daily, sometimes hourly, choice to rest in His unfailing character. When you commit, and then truly trust, you create an open channel for His power and wisdom to flow freely into your situation. And here, my friend, is the breathtaking climax of this divine formula, the glorious promise that follows these two foundational steps, and He will bring it to pass. The King James Version says, He shall bring it to pass, which emphasizes the certainty, the inevitability, the absolute guarantee of His action. The Hebrew word asa here means, He will do it, He will make it, He will accomplish it, He will effect it. It is an active, complete, and utterly sovereign intervention. This He will do it is not merely about solving a specific problem you presented. It's about the comprehensive fulfillment of His perfect will for your way, the entire journey you have committed to Him. When we commit and trust, God doesn't just help us. He takes over. He doesn't just offer advice. He performs. How does He do it? He orchestrates circumstances. He opens doors that no man can shut, and closes doors that no man can open. He changes hearts. He aligns seemingly disparate events. He provides wisdom beyond human understanding. He supernaturally removes obstacles that stood firmly in your path. This is the profound divine orchestration that happens when we step aside and allow Him to take the lead. This is where the impossible becomes possible, where years of frustration can be dissolved in a moment of His intervention. But there is one crucial, often overlooked element in this formula, one that elevates it from a timeless principle to an urgent call for action today: the implicit hoji. Why the urgency of today? This isn't just a suggestion. It's an invitation to step into God's kairos moment, His perfect appointed time. The delay we discussed earlier, the spiritual procrastination, is not a punishment from God. It is the natural consequence of not releasing the flow. It's like having a magnificent dam holding back a river of blessings. God is ready, the river is full, but the gate of commitment and trust remains closed by our hesitation. The moment we commit and trust, that gate opens, and the river begins to flow. The cost of delaying this specific act of commitment and trust is not merely prolonged waiting. It's the potential for missed opportunities, extended anxiety, and the postponement of the very breakthroughs God is eager to provide. He is not slow. He is patient, waiting for our full surrender. This is the difference between simply waiting on God, which is often necessary, and unknowingly delaying for God. This verse isn't asking you to wait for a feeling or for perfect clarity or for all your doubts to disappear. It is calling you to a decisive act of faith right now, to commit your way and trust in Him because He is ready to bring it to pass. Now, having honestly confronted the subtle yet powerful paradox of spiritual procrastination, having understood the radical depth of committing our way and trusting in Him, and having absorbed the breathtaking promise that He will bring it to pass, our natural inclination is to ask, what does this look like? What happens in the practical, tangible reality of our lives when we truly let go, when we genuinely cast our burdens upon the Lord today? This is where we step into the glorious scenario of immediate transformation, a new reality that unfolds not through magic, but through divine orchestration, through the seamless, powerful intervention of the Almighty Himself. What happens when you really deliver that burden, that worry, that plan, that entire way of life to God today? The answer is not some mystical, inexplicable hocus-pocus. It is a meticulously designed, perfectly executed divine orchestration. It is the intricate, majestic dance of God's sovereignty working on your behalf, aligning circumstances, opening pathways, and moving mountains you couldn't even see. Imagine for a moment the profound, almost overwhelming peace that suddenly floods your soul, a peace so deep it transcends all understanding when you finally and completely let go of what you could not, by any human effort, control. Think of the immense mental and emotional bandwidth that is suddenly freed up, the constant internal struggle that simply ceases to be. It's like carrying a heavy backpack up a steep mountain path for years, convinced you must carry it alone, only to discover a powerful helper was always beside you, waiting for you to simply hand it over. The moment you release that burden, your shoulders lighten, your breath deepens, and your vision clears. This newfound peace is not a passive resignation. It is an active, living peace that births clarity. The fog of anxiety, the relentless internal noise of worry and strategizing, the endless what-if scenarios that once consumed your thoughts, begin to dissipate. And in their place, a remarkable clarity emerges, a crystal-clear certainty of divine providence. You begin to see solutions where before there were only walls, pathways where there were only dead ends. This isn't because you suddenly became smarter or found the perfect plan. It's because when you yielded your control, you allowed His infinite wisdom to permeate your perspective. The Holy Spirit, who indwells you, suddenly has more room to move, to impress upon your spirit the right steps, the right words, the right timing. The whispers of God become clearer amidst the quiet of your surrendered heart. Understand this deeply. God does not merely do things, He remakes things. He isn't just fixing a broken part. He's often re-engineering the entire system for optimal function and glory. He takes the chaos of your life, the tangled threads of impossible situations, and with His masterful touch, brings forth order, a beautiful tapestry woven with divine intent. He takes your nagging doubt, that insidious whisper that undermines your confidence, and replaces it with unwavering direction, a clear sense of purpose that guides your every step. He takes the painful, frustrating delay, the protracted waiting that seemed to stretch into eternity, and with His sovereign power, brings forth acceleration, propelling you forward into breakthroughs that defy human logic and timeline. Consider the person paralyzed by a monumental career decision. They've prayed, they've sought advice, they've analyzed every pro and con, but remain frozen, terrified of making the wrong move. The moment they truly commit that entire career path, that fear of failure, that desperate need for control, to the Lord, a shift occurs. Perhaps not an immediate job offer, but an undeniable sense of peace, a sudden clarity about the next small step, an unexpected conversation, or a revelation of a new skill they need to develop. The external circumstances begin to align with an internal certainty. Or think of a troubled relationship, a deep rift that seems beyond repair. Human effort has failed, communication has broken down, and resentment has built walls. When that relationship, with all its complexities and pain, is completely committed to God, something profound happens. It might be a softening of a hardened heart, an unexpected opportunity for reconciliation, or even a divine revelation that allows for peaceful separation if that is His will. The key is the release of our need to manipulate or force the outcome. And what about those secret personal battles we fight? The ones we dare not share? the habits or fears that hold us captive. We strategize, we promise ourselves we'll change, we try with all our might, only to fall back into the same patterns. Yet the moment we truly surrender that struggle, that weakness, that deep-seated fear to God, releasing it from our own strained grip and trusting Him to work within us, His liberating power is unleashed. It is not about our willpower, but about His transforming grace. These are not isolated incidents. These are the consistent testimonies of those who have dared to take Psalm 37:5 seriously. The benefits are tangible, profound, and deeply impactful. You experience an inner peace that guards your heart and mind against the torrents of life. You gain a clarity of purpose that illuminates your path, removing the guesswork and second-guessing. Doors that were once bolted shut suddenly swing open, revealing opportunities you never imagined. There is a palpable divine alignment, where events and people converge in ways that can only be described as providential. And perhaps most powerfully, you begin to receive unexpected answers, solutions that come from beyond the realm of human logic, confirming that indeed, when you commit your way and trust in Him, He will bring it to pass. This immediate transformation is not a distant hope. It is the present reality for those who dare to fully surrender today. Having deeply reflected on the paradox of spiritual procrastination, and then, having glimpsed the breathtaking scenario of immediate transformation that unfolds when we truly commit our way and trust in Him, a singular, urgent question now stands before each of us. This is the moment of truth, the pivot point in our journey together. What, my dear friend, do you need to surrender to God right now? Is it that relentless worry that gnaws at the edges of your peace, a constant drone in the background of your thoughts, stealing your rest and blurring your vision? Is it that meticulously crafted plan, the one you've poured endless hours into perfecting, perhaps even forcing its progress, despite a quiet unease in your spirit? Or perhaps it's that deep-seated resentment, that bitter root of unforgiveness you've harbored for far too long, convinced that letting go somehow condones the wrong done to you? Or could it be that paralyzing fear, an unspoken terror of the unknown, of failure, of success, of vulnerability, that keeps you perpetually on the sidelines of your own life? This is not a casual inquiry, nor is it a rhetorical exercise. This is a profound personal summons to identify the specific burden, the particular control, the exact hindrance that, up until this very moment, you have been inadvertently clutching. It's an invitation to name it, to confront it, and then, with conscious intent, to release it. Because what we are discussing here is not an obligation for tomorrow, not a vague intention for when the time is right. This is a compelling, divine invitation for today. The transformative power we have been exploring is contingent not on a future promise, but on a present act of faith. It's about seizing the Kairos moment, the God-ordained opportunity that stands before you, right here, right now. To delay this act of surrender is, in essence, to willingly delay the very breakthrough you are seeking, to postpone the peace you desperately crave, and to hold back the accelerating hand of God that is poised to move on your behalf. Consider the profound impact of this single, intentional act. To name it, to release it, to hand it over. This is not a passive mental exercise. This is a spiritual declaration, an act of defiant faith against the forces that seek to keep you bound. It's a moment where you step out of your own strength, out of your own limited understanding, and directly into the infinite wisdom and boundless power of your Heavenly Father. Take a moment, right where you are. Close your eyes, if you feel comfortable doing so. Breathe deeply, and ask yourself, what is it that immediately comes to mind, that singular thing that, when you think of entrusting to God, makes your grip tighten, even subtly? Is it that financial pressure that weighs heavily on your mind? Is it the future of your children, a burden you feel solely responsible for? Is it a health challenge that feels insurmountable? Is it the deep yearning for a life partner or the restoration of a broken relationship? Whatever it is, bring it to the forefront of your awareness. Do not shy away from its weight or its apparent impossibility. Now, with that specific burden or aspect of your life clearly in view, imagine gently placing it into the capable, loving hands of God. not as a temporary loan, but as a permanent transfer. Imagine the freedom, the lightness, the sheer relief that washes over you as you physically or metaphorically release your grip. This is the essence of committing your way to the Lord. It's the courageous act of trusting not in your capacity to fix it, but in His unfailing promise to bring it to pass. In this sacred moment of surrender, let us speak it aloud, or whisper it in the quiet chambers of our hearts, a simple yet powerful prayer of release. Heavenly Father, today, right now, I choose to deliver to you. Here, you would name that specific burden, that plan, that fear, that relationship, that struggle. I release my need to control it, my efforts to manipulate it, my anxiety over its outcome. I roll this burden onto you, Lord. I commit my way to you, and I trust in you fully and completely, knowing with absolute certainty that you will bring it to pass. This isn't a magical incantation. It's a heartfelt covenant, an alignment of your will with His divine purpose. The very act of naming it, of consciously releasing it, and of declaring your trust sets into motion a spiritual dynamic that transcends our comprehension. It signals to the heavens that you are truly ready for God to move, that you are no longer clinging to the illusion of control, but embracing the reality of His sovereign care. This commitment is the catalyst, the spark that ignites the divine process of acceleration and transformation in your life. Do not underestimate the power of this single, intentional step taken today. It is the bridge from anxiety to peace, from stagnation to breakthrough, from human striving to divine manifestation. Now, as we reach the culmination of our shared reflection, having courageously identified and consciously released what needs to be delivered to the Lord today, it is essential to internalize the profound truth that has illuminated our path. Remember this, engraved deeply into the fabric of your understanding: God is eternally ready. He is not slow to act, nor is He distant in His concern. His power is limitless, His wisdom unfathomable, and His love for you is fierce and unwavering. The acceleration, the breakthrough, the peace, the clarity, the divine orchestration we have spoken of, it all hinges not on His timing, but on your willingness to fully commit and trust. Your unreserved surrender is the critical catalyst, the open gate through which His magnificent purpose can flow freely into your life. This is not the end of a journey, but truly the glorious beginning of a new way of living, a profound paradigm shift in how you navigate the complexities and uncertainties of life. It's a transition from a mindset of striving and control to one of restful trust and active partnership with the Almighty. Continue to live each day, each moment, each decision, in the confident and liberating certainty that He is faithful. His promises are not hollow words. They are living realities waiting to be manifested in the lives of those who dare to believe and, more importantly, dare to release. This foundational principle, drawn from the timeless wisdom of Psalm 37:5, becomes your spiritual compass, guiding you through every storm and every season of prosperity. It empowers you to face challenges not with fear, but with an unshakable inner peace, knowing that the outcome is firmly secured in hands far more capable than your own. Therefore, embrace this profound reality. You are now invited into a deeper, more intimate walk with your Creator, one characterized by an unprecedented level of peace and an undeniable flow of divine favor. This commitment you have made today, this act of entrusting your very way to the Lord, is not a solitary event. It is a declaration of a lifelong posture. It is a daily decision to surrender the new challenges, the fresh anxieties, the evolving dreams, and the unfolding circumstances, all to Him. Cultivate this habit of immediate release, of constant commitment, and watch with awe as He consistently proves Himself faithful, transforming your perspective and your reality in ways you could never have imagined. This life of full surrender is not passive. It is powerfully active, demanding a courageous heart that chooses faith over fear, trust over control, and His will over its own. Finally, if the truths shared today have resonated deep within your spirit, if this message has stirred a desire for a deeper walk and a more profound surrender, then do not keep this transformative insight to yourself. Allow its light to radiate outward. Share this message with someone you know, someone who might be struggling under the weight of their own burdens, inadvertently delaying the very blessings God has prepared for them. Be a beacon of hope and a catalyst for their own journey of commitment and trust. Let us build a community of believers who understand the power of releasing control and embracing divine orchestration. Engage with this content. Leave your heartfelt reflections. Share your amens in the comments, confirming your commitment and allowing your testimony to inspire others. And as you embark on this accelerated path, make sure you do not miss any future insights and revelations. Subscribe to this channel, ensuring you remain connected to a wellspring of encouragement and wisdom that seeks to empower your walk of faith. Activate that notification bell so you are immediately informed of new content, preventing any future delay in receiving your next dose of spiritual inspiration and practical guidance. Your journey of accelerated blessings, of profound peace, and of powerful purpose truly begins today, as you commit your way and trust in Him.